Hi, welcome to another episode of How to Do Atkins Low Carb. My name is, of course, Kent Altston, and this is the first video of 2010. And I want to welcome all my new subscribers. And that really gets to the point of this video, is you get comments from time to time. You're doing what? You're doing Atkins? You're doing low carb? Didn't that die off in 2004? I don't see the low carb products in the grocery store like I used to. Doesn't that mean the diet spell died off? Didn't Atkins Nutritional go bankrupt? Well, let's get to the point of the matter. Is just because the diet is more or less popular, is the name less valid? No, obviously validity has nothing to do with popularity. However, let's get to the second half of that issue. Is low carb popular now? Well, one of the things I'd like to go to is just a review of my 2009 videos. The most popular day of last year, my videos were receiving over 2,400 views a day. I averaged over 1,300 views a day. To me, that means there is still people out there looking for the knowledge, looking for the right answer. They see the failed diets of the low-fat, the severely low-caloric diets that they've been attempting to be put on, and they're looking for an alternative solution. And that's one of the things that the Atkins diet and low carb in general can provide to them as an alternative solution. It gives them the capability of trying something new, trying to solve their problems by addressing one of their addictions, the addiction to sugar. So if using my humble channel as any indicator, it certainly hasn't died off. I've received more subscribers, again, in the last month than I have before, and I just crossed over the 3,000 subscriber mark just a few days ago. That said, you go looking out there, while you might not see the low-carb products as you once used to in the grocery store, it's not commercially perhaps as viable as it might have been back in 2003 and 2004, in which 1 out of every 11 Americans was on a low-carb diet of some sort. However, I think that's not necessarily reflective of the popularity, but perhaps a reflective of people getting smarter on the diet. They know that they don't necessarily have to have all these convenience foods sitting around supporting them on this diet. They know that shopping the exterior of the grocery store is perhaps the more important or the better way to conduct the diet. It's more about having a successful home-made meals as opposed to a processed meal on the diet. So one of those things is that people are shopping and preparing their own food, unlike that perhaps in 2003 and 2004, in which people weren't perhaps used to it. The popularity of recipe sites has certainly grown as low-carb cooks and chefs have become more accustomed with cooking and substitutions in the diet. So, that said, maybe there's less of a need. However, if you're certainly willing to look out there, there's certainly low-carb manufacturers and low-carb distributors that are certainly willing to sell it to you. Julian Bakery is another one that just recently opened up and is selling bread across the United States over the internet. So, perhaps it's not locally based distributors of low-carb products. Maybe you need to look more nationally based and have them shipped to you. Amazon and Nutrition certainly happen to be doing quite well for themselves selling low-carb products. Is low-carb as popular as it was in 2003? The obvious answer is no, it's not. However, a lot of the reasons that people perhaps hopped off low-carb in 2003 and 2004, i.e. the lack of studies, the lack of scientific evidence on the efficacy and the safety of low-carbing in general, is certainly there now that wasn't back then. The support aspects are certainly here now that they perhaps weren't back then. So, is it the most popular diet? Is it more popular than the Master Cleanse or the Lemonade diet? From my point, who cares? Is it a successful diet that ends up making you more healthy afterwards than it was before? Absolutely. Well, that concludes my first video of 2010. Thank you for subscribing, and looking forward to making more videos in the soon to come. Bye.